Hey guys, today's Technique Tuesday is a lot of it on slopers. Slopers tend to be the bane of everybody's existence for a while until we learn how to use them the right way. So slopers are best used when you don't try to actually grab them, but try to lean on them and use them in the best way possible. For example, if you are using this hold right here, if you're on this side of it and you're pulling from over here, that thing is pretty horrible. But if you go into another position where you're leaning on it and can actually dig in on the good part of the hold, it's fairly comfortable and easy to use. So there's this thing called a plumb line when you are working with wood in general. If you were to take a string, hold it right here, and then drop a weight on it, the string will come out and then the weight will drop down perpendicular to the earth. That plumb line tells you where it's straight. The further you are away from that plumb line, then the harder that sloper is going to be to use. The more you are underneath it, then the easier it's going to be to use. So as an example, I put both hands on this thing, and if I hang and then just try to pull up, eventually I'm going to slip off because my hands go from underneath to outside of that plumb line and my body shifts off away. However, if I were to stay underneath it and use my feet to keep my body under that plumb line, it's a lot easier to control that movement and to use that sloper as long as your body is underneath. Think of using a jug. This jug right here is best used from this angle. The more I get off to the side on either direction or even up, then the harder it's going to be to hold. Slopers are the same way. If you can find the way that it is best to be used and held, then the more you can lean into that direction, the better that hold is going to be. So let's look at this spot over here, and we can really see what I'm talking about on the plumb line. These two holds right here are not the best in the whole world, but the more I try to pull up on them, then the harder they're going to get. If I can, and if you can watch my elbow on this one, if I'm under here and my elbow goes out, then that hold is going to be really, really difficult to grab onto if it doesn't have an edge. But if I can suck my elbow up underneath the plumb line, I can use that a lot better and a lot longer until I find a better position. So we've talked a lot about using your feet to control your movement, and also a lot about shoulders and elbows and how they can help you be in control. Well, using slopers is where all that comes into play. So for example, another way you can use a sloper is not just to pull and compress, but to push and press. So if I was to use the same hold again, and I'm trying to pull my way up on it, it can actually be kind of difficult to pull on this bad sloper. However, if I shift my body over and use it to press on, I can easily move all the way up and through a hold. Short version on slopers, stay underneath them, and underneath them can be to the side or literally underneath it, depending on which way is best for the hold to be used. Or you can press on them and use them in a different way, so you're mantling on them. Good luck, have fun.